All right, Padres win the series opener in San Francisco against the Giants. 4-1 was the final. Darvish, it was great to see him have a Darvish-like outing like that. Coming back obviously from injury, don't totally know what we're gonna get. Like I'm confident in Darvish, but to see him deliver an outing like this, especially it being in San Francisco. Going into the outing, they were showing his ERA at the ballpark, and it was like 9. Terrible. I remember was it a couple years ago where he gave up, I feel like it was like 7 runs, maybe even more than that. It was a terrible outing, and that just sticks in my head. So for him to do it at Oracle, I know the Giants were a seller. I know they're a losing ball club now at 59 and 60, but to see that just it gives you some confidence there that we can get that type of Darvish down the line here in the biggest moments of the season. He goes 6 innings, 1 run, no walks, 6 punch outs. Did give up that 1 home run. The home run that Devers hit, though, like, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be mad at that. Like, that was a good pitch. It had movement. It was not even a strike. Outside part of the plate. And the hot zones that they were showing on the broadcast, like Devers this year with the Giants, has sucked on those pitches. He was hitting like under 200, and he hits that ball out. So, not mad at that at all. Offensively, Jackson Merrill with a big night. He ends up getting 3 hits on the night, 3 for 4. Freddie Fermin just continues to be a great addition for the Pods. As I said, after he was acquired, felt like it was a little bit of an upgrade. It's turned out to be a little bit more than a little bit of an upgrade, I would say. And he's definitely the starting catcher consistently. I just didn't think that AJ was going to pull the trigger on this when things were going well with the pitching staff. And Mike Schilt had said publicly, like, these catchers, including Maldonado, deserve the credit, not the credit, but some of the credit for the success of the pitching staff. So I just thought that they'll go find bats elsewhere, like they did with Ramon Laureano and Ryan O'Hearn. That they'll find the bats other spots. They've got talent already on this team that if they produce, then they'll be in a good spot. But no, like props to him for changing the catching situation in the middle of the season and bringing Freddie Fermin in here. Ball Bailey got over the wall, but I don't care. It's a home run. But yeah, like the main takeaway for me, a couple, besides what I'll get to here in a second. Darvish, great. And then Mason Miller, just how nasty he was. And it's not just the velocity because he can get to 103. He can throw 101 like he did today. And then, next pitch, get you out with a nasty breaking ball. And then, like, the changeup to the lefty, the changeup away, like, that's not fair. And then he can go fastball to strike the third guy out in the inning and, strike out the side there. So, nasty. And are there many people that are like, checking in on how Leo DeVries is doing right now and they're missing Leo DeVries? Maybe they will when he's, in the big leagues for the Vegas A's at one point here down the road. But like this team's trying to win right now. And if they win, then we're not going to care. I'm not. The trade's going to be worth it. And it's not just this year for Mason Miller, by the way. Like they've got him under control for years and years and years. So that's going to be fun to watch for sure. Just hope he doesn't blow out his elbow or anything like that. But yeah, those are the two main takeaways on the field today with Darvish and with Mason Miller. But my goodness, off the field, holy cow. That woman, that Padres fan, I saw a video right before I came on. My mom showed me the video of the fan, I guess, who it was. And it was right behind the plate. So obviously the field mics picked it up. But this lady would not shut up. Let's go, Jackson. Or Jeremiah or Estrada. Like any player, anything would happen, you would hear her. I was surprised that we actually didn't hear her on the final out, but like Mud was talking about it on the broadcast. Like our Padres fans back. She loves the Padres. But man, I posted some of those videos, like just shut up. And I got the same, thoughts from a lot of Padres fans that were watching this. And some were saying that they turned it to the Giants feed that wasn't catching up or wasn't catching this fan. Some turned off Donna Mudd and just turned on Jesse. It wasn't Jesse. I think it was Scannon Jesse tonight. I was listening to some of it on my way home. But yeah, like this lady would not shut up. And that happens a couple times. And sometimes it's the other team's fan. Today it was a Padres fan. And ultimately, like, the Padres won, so that's fine. But man, that was annoying. If I was a fan and I was doing that, like, I wouldn't be able to do that, because being able to do that the entire game and be that loud, I know she's right there, but like, it sounded really loud and enthusiastic. To do that and have that energy the entire game, because if I'm going and I'm sitting like right behind the plate, which is what it seems like where she was, I'm trying to enjoy the game, not be yelling the whole time, you know? And you think the players were like, "Oh yeah, keep doing that. That's great." No, they were probably annoyed by it. Like, "Shut up. Shut up, woman." They appreciate you're a Padres fan, but it's like, "Man, this is annoying." So some watched on mute, some changed the broadcast. Uh, I was hearing they were doing Don and Mud were doing ad reads for something, and you could hear the lady still, and they were playing music over the ad read, you know? So, like, holy cow. If you missed it, just go on my Talking Friars Twitter and you'll see some of the videos of this. But yeah, that was funny when Mud said, "Our fan is back. She loves the Padres." Um, there was some funny tweets about this. Jim Russell, friend of the show, tweeted LeBron kicking out a fan with a ref from, I think, this past season. Uh, and Jim said, "I need Manny to do this ASAP to this annoying screaming fan, for the love of God." I love that one. That was funny. I think that video was a couple seasons ago because Russ is on the Lakers in that. Melo's on the Lakers too. And then Marty Caswell tweeted, "Is this person in labor at Oracle Park?" She was just so loud. And it wasn't just a normal like yell, but there was that sort of like in labor like type of uh scream to it too. But holy cow, hopefully she doesn't show up tomorrow, because that's a long night to be hearing that. Because I like listening to Don and Mud. I love it. They're great. I don't want to be hearing a screaming lady the entire time. So I don't know if there's an ability to mute the field mic. If there was, I feel like they would have done it. And then unmuted if like an ejection's happening, so maybe you can pick up on something. But yeah, that was definitely an experience. But Padres won. That's great. And then Dodgers at this time, they're down. Last time I saw it 7-4. They were down 7-0 to the Angels in Anaheim. If this result holds, then the Padres will be just a game back of the Dodgers. And this is before the Dodgers have even played the Padres, obviously coming up at Dodger Stadium over the weekend on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then again, obviously, the next weekend at Petco Park to, I think that would close out their last regular season meetings with one another this season. So it's going to be fun. Off to a good start these couple of weeks stretch here. And right now, Padres second in the NL wild card. Cubs got the first one. But it's not about the wild card right now for the Pods. It's about the division. And that's great to say as a Padres fan, because I was not saying that. I was not focused on that earlier this year, because I was just like, yeah, probably not. Dodgers, really good team. Padres got to play better against the Dodgers and got to be more consistent, and they got to show it to me. But with the roster they have, the improvements that they've shown, and they're, a game back if all things go well tonight, with the Angels there, um, you have to talk about the division. They're right there. They have the opportunity to do it. And I think that series can give us a better sense of like, can the Padres go on a deep run? So exciting stuff. Interesting broadcast tonight, but glad they got the win.